up Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington comes President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Mr. Roosevelt returns to the Capitol for the first time since his re-election.
It's a very wonderful welcome home that you have given me on this rather rainy morning. A welcome home that I shall always remember.
A crowd of over 300,000 braves wind and rain to welcome the president, now elected to a fourth term in office. With Mr. Roosevelt are Vice President-elect Harry S. Truman and Vice President Henry A. Wallace. Next day, at the Tomb of America's Unknown Soldier in Arlington Cemetery, Washington joins with the nation in Armistice Day ceremonies. President Roosevelt with Secretary of War Stimson and Secretary of Navy Forrestal. The President's aide, General Watson, places a wreath on the unknown soldier's tomb on this 26th anniversary of the end of the First World War. In New York City, a huge new post office to speed mail and gifts for United States soldiers overseas. The building covers 500,000 square feet of ground and accommodates a staff of 10,000. Delivered by trains, unloaded within the building itself, Christmas parcels for the troops now arrive at the rate of 500,000 a day, addressed care of Postmaster, New York, and destined for servicemen and women on battlefronts throughout the world. Here, parcels are separated according to code numbers, indicating the various combat theater addresses. In its final stages, the mail is handled exclusively by Army personnel. To individual combat and service units far away from families and friends this Christmas come remembrances from home. Valuable military supplies to back the drive against the enemy on Leyte Island in the Philippines, led by General MacArthur. With field commanders, MacArthur maps the drive to cut Japanese communications north of their strongholds on Leyte. The enemy puts up a bitter fight to hold on. Without the combined and closely integrated operations of both Army and Navy in the Philippines, the enemy might have succeeded in his desperate attempt to throw our forces back. But now it is too late. Here, guarding operations in the Philippines, a vast American naval force, battleships, carriers, cruisers, destroyers, submarines, and swarms of planes, patrols thousands of square miles of Pacific waters. The Navy awaits the enemy, hoping that Japanese sea power will come out of hiding for the first time in nearly 2 years. Aiding the actual landings in the Philippines, here is the 7th United States Fleet, commanded by Admiral Thomas Kinkaid. To the north is Admiral Halsey's 3rd Fleet. a warning comes that Japanese formations are approaching. Kinkaid prepares to attack in two directions. Halsey, who has been harassing the enemy in Formosa, now sends down a task force from the north. Navy planes wing into the attack. While Halsey engages the main enemy fleet from Formosa, strong Japanese forces cut through the islands. They are trapped and pounded by Kinkaid. The enemy turns and runs, damaged by guns and bombs. 24 Japanese ships are sunk, 34 probably sunk or disabled, 200 enemy planes shot down, 30 to 40% of the entire Japanese Navy out of action. The battle lasts 2 days. In desperate attack, Japanese planes come over our carriers. An enemy plane is shot down. Of the 6 American ships lost, the light carrier Princeton is the most important. Hit and smoking, she still fights back. Princeton's magazine explodes. She was later sunk by American gunfire. Most of her crew was saved. Planes from the shattered Princeton come home to another carrier, bearing the marks of battle. The greatest naval victory of modern times is won. Admiral Nimitz reports.
I am intensely proud of the successes our fighting men have won over the Japanese, and I'm sure all of you share this feeling. They have displayed in action a combination of courage and know-how that has no equal. Their resounding victory in the Second Battle of the Philippine Sea is but another example of what they can do with the ships, planes, and guns the people back home are providing. Our latest successes are but steps along the road to victory. Our advance westward is rolling, and it will not stop until the Tokyo war makers are utterly defeated.
From the beachheads of Normandy to the battlefronts, 10,000 tons of war supplies every day. Huge stockpiles of materiel needed quickly by Allied armies 500 miles away. And here begins the Miracle Highway, the route of the Red Ball Express. 9,000 trucks continuously moving over it in a steady stream toward the front. Day and night, the motor convoys roll. On improved and newly built roads, the express highway begins at Cherbourg, delivers to the front, and returns to Cherbourg for reloading. Maintenance stations every 40 miles keep machines and men at peak efficiency. Trucks are refueled from the gasoline stores they carry with them and roll on again. This great truck convoy system has proved the effective answer to the problem of transport from ship to battle line, a problem made doubly difficult by enemy resistance in principal French harbors and by the swiftness of the Allied advance to the German border.